Welcome back to Dr. Finance. I am Andy Kim, and here I would like to share a Q&A from a Dutch student, Arthur, who emailed me. And thank you very much for your kind interest. And it's going to have some implication for anybody interested in FinTech program, not just about the SKKU's program, but also for anybody interested in those graduate studies in FinTech in all around the world. Okay, maybe more focused into Asia. I can recommend some of the schools, including SKKU. All right. So let's see. And overall, about quantitative trading, where are we headed? Okay, so let me start. Hi, I am a Dutch student with an undergraduate degree in international business, specialization in finance from Maastrich University in the Netherlands. I am very interested in pursuing my master's degree abroad and came across the FinTech program at SKKU, by the way, the Asia's oldest university. Thank you. I came across your YouTube channel and was very glad to find many recordings that give me a better view of some of the courses taught in the FinTech curriculum. Thank you. Yeah. FinTech and behavioral finance, the psychology of money, right? Anyway, so I decided to contact you to gain further detailed information about the program itself and after graduation. Okay, first of all, I was wondering about the language of instruction in the program. Is it possible to take 100% of the courses in English, or is there a certain number of courses that are only taught in English? I tried looking through the course catalog, but could not find information on the language of instruction there. First of all, I don't belong to that FinTech group. I belong to the business school of SKKU in finance major, and I've been teaching in FinTech and behavioral finance or equivalent courses in undergraduate programs of business and GBA, Global Business Administration, and MBA programs like EMBA, IMBA, and Masters and PhD, all business schools, right? FinTech is a brand new program that is jointly organized, composed of some finance professors of our school, business school, and a law school professor and some engineering professors and different majors, right? It's an immersive kind of a program, okay? And the boss is Professor Roy Song. And then Professor Taejin Kim has a much better answer than what I can give you. Now, I asked Professor Taejin Kim about this, and then he told me that part of the courses are taught in English, part of the courses are taught in Korean. Why not 100% in English, you may wonder. But Korean people we've been speaking Korean language ever since our history, so it's not English-based society. And teaching this hard stuff, like quantitative, quant-jock stuff, right? Teaching and learning in English is even more difficult, okay? Teaching and learning with our native language, Korean, is difficult enough. So that's why. And moreover, these students are older generation than, 20 years old, right? They're more like 25 to 30-ish. So it's realistically, teaching in Korean is much effective way to enhance this program. So that may be why, okay? So in that sense, the answer is negative over here, I guess, but it's a promising program. By the way, it started like 1.5 years ago. Master's degree takes 2 years, so they don't have fully graduated students yet. So they are permanent job positions. I cannot tell you about it too much, but here are some questions Arthur addressed. Furthermore, where do recent alumni often intern during the internship part of the degree? And where do alumni often find work after graduation? Great question. I am personally quite interested in quantitative trading. I'm going to get to this point a little later, so wait for that. And I'm wondering whether previous alumni have had a success breaking into this field for their internship and or after having completed the FinTech Master. I'm also interested in other common fields and companies that interns alumni ended up in. Now, I don't have a good answer to this, but as far as I know, the guys that belong to that master's program of fintech, they have internship opportunities in various fintech venture companies because they have special relations with the city of Seoul's fintech lab in Yeouido Island. Yeouido Island is like a Manhattan of New York City, the financial district of Seoul, Korea, Yeouido. And then they have a special big, huge building that hosts about, I don't know, 50-ish fintech venture companies, maybe more. I don't know. You can ask Professor Roy Song or Dajin Kim about it. And then they have, contract, I guess, so that they hire these guys as an internships, right, during their summer break or something. So that's the thing. Permanent positions, I wish, we all wish and pray for them, and they will get a best job in quantitative trading areas or fintech ventures and many competitive places. We've been trying hard, I guess. Okay. And then some of the students over there are taking my courses as well, like my fintech and behavioral finance course for my master's and PhD program. They take my courses, right? So that's another way I get some contact with them, with the students over there. Their background is more engineering background in their undergraduate degrees, majors, right? Whereas the students we have in our master's or PhD programs, they're more from non-engineering backgrounds. That's a difference, right? How much of a mathematics did you take is an issue, okay? Usually in most of the fintech graduate programs, right? Like linear algebra, are you comfortable with that? Or calculus 2, 3, right? Have you taken those things? It's not like you must have taken those classes, but it's a plus if you have taken it, right? So that's the thing. Now, overall, right? Kind regards, Arthur, right? Thank you, Arthur, for your contribution. And now I would like to give you some more answers related to your questions over here, not directly about SKKU itself, because I don't belong there, but other recommendations do I have? Yes, I do, okay? I told you before, Korean schools, these are more into Korean languages, right? Because of that difficulty in teaching those quantitative ideas and concepts in our own mother tongue, right? But if you're interested in Asian market, great alternative or opportunities would be Singaporean schools, right? Singaporean, where I worked for about 5.5 years, Nanyang Business School, right? Nanyang, Nanta in Chinese, right? The best engineering school in whole Asia is Nanyang, okay? Like MIT of Asia, they say. They invest a lot, so much money. And then they have strong quantitative disciplines, both in business school and non-business schools, right? They have an explicit fintech program over there, so you must enjoy those parts. Also, what I recommend strongly is like NUS, the National University of Singapore. They have great finance faculty over there. And then SKKU and NUS, we have a joint program, the fintech of SKKU, okay, of joint seminar program. And then they are organizing annual conference together, okay? So academic exchange is there. What is even more attractive for you guys is that it's English-based society. Okay, you don't have to worry about, is the class taught in Chinese? No way, man. Everything is in English in Singapore. So you will enjoy it very much over there. And then so many employers from, global banks and global multinational corporations, Asia headquarters are in Singapore. Isn't it in Hong Kong? They're moving, okay? Would you like to get locked down with the Chinese policy? Or would you move to Singapore where people, are more, open and speak in English, 100%, right? More adaptive, and then, diversity is cherished over there a lot. So that's the choice, right? Singapore is a fantastic place. So go ahead and enjoy it. Now, other parts of comments about quantitative trading, right? Wherever you go, right? It could be universities in the United States, Wall Street, or any other places in the whole world, like in Korea or Singapore, Hong Kong, wherever it may be, Netherlands, right? Great, fantastic. But to get a job and then have some track record, right, and meet some very industry experts, right? I strongly recommend you guys to join the competitions, quantitative trading or hedge fund competitions like this one. Southeastern Hedge Fund Competition organized by Georgia State University, Robinson College of Business, right? The GSU has a fantastic finance faculty members. Let me pull up their website over here, right? Southeastern Hedge Fund Competition. Every year they do it in April. What is great about this is not only their academic faculties are like Scott Murray are fantastic, okay, Vikas Agarwal, fantastic, but also their industry experts are fantastic as well. They're hedge fund managers from US, especially from the Atlanta and Charlotte, I guess, the financial district of America. They join to give some advice to the students, and then you see all these great guys coming from all great universities, either from master's or PhD programs, or students from the undergraduates, like SKKU over here. These are my students over here, like finalists, and then University of St. Gallen of Switzerland. So you get to know each other more globally and get some experts' opinions and network with the hedge fund managers in the real world, right? And quantitative trading, you can learn it by developing your own ideas with back testing, right? To tell you some more about my students over here, Chunhyuk Jung, now he's working as an intern at Hong Kong's hedge fund, one of the biggest hedge funds called Polymer Capital. And Chi Seung-an, he's got a job as a fund manager at Samsung Fire Insurance, right? The biggest casualty insurance company in Korea. And Jae-won Moon, now he's PwC's M&A deal team guy. So he's in more M&A, mergers and acquisition part. Various places, but quantitative trading as well, like the hedge funds, you get opportunities, right, by going through taking this competition seriously. And then this year, this summer, we organized one quantitative trading idea competition at SKKU. Thanks to the great sponsorship from the S&P Global Market Intelligence and Root and Global Investors. Is that the S&P we are talking about? Yes, the biggest rating agency and now financial big data company in the whole world. And then Root and Global is the biggest or the best quantitative trading house in Korea. Now, we have this kind of results: grand prize, runner-up, and then third prize. And then the team members are over here. They came from various backgrounds, like business school and economics department, as well as statistics majors, as well as Russian language, right? All various backgrounds, diversity really matters, become creative. And then their title of the reports are over here. Fantastic reports were there, backtesting was there. And then smart ideas, very creative. And then if you want to look at their pictures, it's like here, right? So we celebrated, okay, in our final competition like this. We really had a great time. Mostly they presented in English in SKKU. For English presentation part, Professor Joseph Kim trained them, and for academic research part, I was giving them giving them some more feedback a couple of times for them to develop more and things like that. So for undergraduate students, it was fantastic, training both in economics and finance as well as in English. Right now, those competitions would give you some great exposure to the real world. Now, the teams that won the first prize now has an opportunity to do some interviews with Ruten Global for the winter internships, right? So those are the industry exposures we try to develop, right, in SKKU, just for my advertisement, right? So we endeavor like this, right? I hope you understand our program as well, like that. For me, I belong to the business school, I told you, even though I teach fintech and behavioral finance, right? I'm more focused on this business school, right? So that's the thing. And so I hope it helped. And then, something more about quantitative trading, right? Because a couple of weeks ago, okay, I met one of my friends or acquaintance who studied together at the University of Minnesota as a PhD student. I was majoring in finance at business school, and the guy, my friend, was majoring in statistics, stat PhD. Okay, he was much more into that quantitative number guy, whereas I'm more of a business guy, right? Even though we are studying, got interested in mathematics, and we took the math course together, real analysis at the master's level, right? And then we, discussed a lot about mathematics. I learned from him a lot because he had his undergraduate degree at Seoul National University, majoring in nuclear physics, like rocket science, right? Whereas I majored in, business at Yonsei University, so I had to learn a lot from him. And then he got that PhD in statistics at Minnesota. Later, he got into Fannie Mae's financial engineering department after PhD in 2008, in the middle of financial crisis. And then after a handful of years, he moved to Bank of America Merrill Lynch, and in their financial engineering department. And then he moved to Morgan Stanley in the quantitative and then financial fintech related division. Okay, now, so what does he do? We had lunch together and coffee together. I wondered, what are the guys interested in? Because he is at the forefront of fintech and quantitative trading at the Wall Street, the very centerpiece, a heart of the global finance, right? The top investment bank and their fintech and then quantitative research division. As an executive director, what does he foresee? I wanted to ask him, right? And what I could catch was that they're interested in those text mining techniques, quantifying those psychology of the market sentiment. How do you quantify it? Using BERT system, B-E-R-T, right? Google has a BERT system, and then they have, you guys can come up with all different kinds of machine learning technique to quantify those psychology. So you have to, essentially, even though he got a PhD in statistics, now he talks more like a computational linguistics guy, like a computer science guy, right? Unstructured data, okay, like Twitter messages or CEO interview transcripts or earnings conference calls, right? All those things quantify it, right? Measure the degree of positivity and negativity, and something people have not looked at yet. They hunt for those things, right? So that's the forefront, it seems like, okay? So if you are interested in quantitative tradings, right, you can work with the conventional quantitative methodologies, starting from Fama French 4-factor, whatever factor models, right, and then GPA kind of things, right. You can work out that conventional way, but they are pretty much deplete, I guess. So many different factors are found. Now it's more about algorithmic tradings and then the quantifying the psychology of it using text mining technique, right? What I foresee as a researcher is picture mining going into the future, because I work it with CEO's face picture and then the voice files like that, or voice pitch tells a lot about your testosterone. Yeah, that kind of things is what I have in my mind in my research. But realistically, in the industry, they still seem to be in the text mining and still seem to be a lot more to chew. The meat, the juice is still there, seems to be still there. So go ahead and enjoy those things, right? Could be Python based, could be R based, I don't know. Okay, go ahead and enjoy it. Unstructured data, okay, those things you have to delve into it. For non-quantitative or non-engineering background guys, you have to be aware a lot more. But at the same time, don't ignore the non-quantitative trading part of your life. What do you mean? Well, as you see in our these competition over here, SKKU S&P Root and Global Quant Investment Competition, we opened our door to non-quantitative trading but investment ideas like DCF based ones, right? DCF based ones, the third prize, they won it, okay? Why? Well, DCF based ones is like more about valuing one specific company in depth, right? Realistically speaking, the guys in the industry, if you look at the senior guys, right? Like the guys in the age of 50s or 40s, they lack the training in quantitative tradings. Okay, more they belong to old school. You can't teach an old dogs a new trick. So that the DCF goes a long way. It goes a long way. Okay, when you do the job interviews, the first question they will ask is like, recommend me some stocks, right? And then you should be able to tell some DCF-based stories and recommend one stock here, Coentech. You see that stock ticker number, buy recommendation. Okay, fine. Build up your stories and sell it. Sales pitch is very important wherever you go. So that's the basic, back to basics, right, is over here. So you will have a stable market over here in the labor market, right? So that's why, even though we tried the quantitative trading idea competition, we opened our door to DCF-based competitions as well. And of course, majority of the students were more excited and focused on the quantitative side of it. Okay, like this, momentum strategies or beta symmetry, dynamic optimization kind of things, right? Sentiment analysis, right? And then investor trading, volume-based quant tradings, right? And things like that. So, if you want to hedge your bet, right? Quantitative trading is one, and the other, don't forget about the DCF, right? Realistically, more senior guys, they can understand what you're talking about in DCF, okay? Junior guys in your job market may be more open to quantitative trading. So it's just hot in fashion, looks sexy, and if you're interested in robo-advisor, you have to go over here. But if you want to hedge your bet, don't forget about the DCF. That's what I wanted to tell you as well. So it was a great experience and an exciting experience for all of us. Such a great intuitions and then creativity. What I want to, what I take pride in is that the judges were coming from, internationally well-known, experts, right? The Dr. Song Chang-hwan, he is now working for Invesco, okay, one of the top investment, the mutual funds, and has a lot of experience, great experience at BlackRock. And then the CEO of this, Rutan Global, he worked at the BlackRock for a long time as a quantitative trader, and then the S&P Global's quant expert was there. So we shared great insights together. So fantastic opportunities were there. But SKKU is more Korean-based teaching, especially for the graduate schools. So that's why I have to tell you. All in all, hope you and wish you best of luck, and stay in touch, and like and subscribe my channel. Keep on, and then stay in touch. Bye bye.